Really.
Well, having been an HR resource for the country for the banks, I have had my first president out of my executive training is an agriculturist, and he's now the bank president of BPI Direct. And we trained him under our executive program, and I've had nurses become the best branch managers. So it's what you do with what you know.
Correct.
But what kind of qualities and discipline is necessary for a five-star hotel staff?
Well, apart from the technical know-how, you should be a people-oriented person. You should have excellent people skills. You should be able to work under pressure, grace under pressure, must have presence of mind, and you must be totally committed to your work. You see, working in the hotel is like working in a hospital. It's a 24/7 job. In fact, it's when it's really the holidays that you're really, really very busy.
That's also part of the training. I mean, do you also include that in the training to
Of
always
course.
be on your toes?
Of course, that's one of the interview
Ballet
questions.
toe shoes.
Yeah.
Those are one of the questions during the recruitment. Are you willing to work during Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays? Can
It's
you
like a
do
call
shifting?
center.
Yes.
Yes,
It's like a
or
call
even
center.
more, because with the call center, it's
You're
just a
just-
phone.
Right.
Ito, harapan.
And
no?
then,
You're talking
Nell,
to a
do they have
guest.
to be as good-looking as you and Mr. Santos? Are looks a premium or a requirement, or is it the charm and charisma?
Looks are an advantage, but we're talking about the total package here. Somebody who's personable,
likes people, loves people,
service-oriented, inclined to smile,
loves
Yeah.
to pamper people.
loves to pamper, loves to serve people. Because
And a lot of patience.
and a lot of patience.
Yes,
too.
but see, when you love what you're doing,
When you love what you're doing, it's not
any
work.
challenge
work.
is not work.
Correct.
And you know, ladies and gentlemen, for our cable subscribers watching all over the world, when you are in a five-star facility, I mean, can you imagine you're in an air-conditioned, we have plush carpets. I mean, what a nicer place to be working in, no? Not under the sun, not commuting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a question by one of my friends. They were just wondering about if you are working in that particular hotel, are all the facilities also open for you to be able to use, or that's off limits? It's strictly for guests.
Generally, facilities and amenities are strictly for guests only. Generally. But of course, during the dry run, we, the heads, are given a chance to try them
To
out.
experience
Because
it,
as
to
being
give feedback.
familiar with your product, you cannot sell and promote your product unless you're familiar with it.
Yes.
All right.
And you're also invited to
Yes.
Dry run.
Yes,
We will be the guinea pigs of Vince
No,
and
not experimental. Remember, we're
we will be
talking
very
about
demanding customers.
yeah, we're talking about the branding here. We're talking about an international brand, a five-star brand, which we are bringing in to the country for the first time
So
at
it's
the
not
global
four,
city.
it's five.
Five.
You're
Five
bringing
stars.
it up to a notch.
And you're still
Fine.
supposed to give us a walkthrough of the.
You're
the-
invited already. You're part of my guest list.
Also, no, you were talking about the service crew. Aside from the service crew, what other units of manning do you have?
Well, we have, I believe we already filled up the front office or reception areas. But,
I think we need more front office
more receptionists.
receptionists, yes.
Also security personnel, maintenance, some people in engineering perhaps.
Well,
Alright. Okay, so we'll just pause for a break. To all our viewers, please stay tuned because it's an exciting topic. We're talking about the hotel industry, and we're just only touching on the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
If
Just
you,
beginning.
yes, just beginning. If you have any questions or if you'd like to join in the discussion, please do text in your questions at the numbers given at the bottom of the screen. Again, please stay tuned. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the workplace, and we are talking about the Best Western premiere of F1 Hotel, the very first five-star hotel in the fort. And of course, our very special guest this morning is Mr. Vince Abad Santos, the president of course, Unibuilt Real Estate Corporation, and with him is Mr. Manuel Ruiz, the manager of the Marketing Communications and Public Relations Department, and of course, my co-host, Ms. Deanne Hernandez.
hello again to all of you.
All right, so a while ago we were talking about the hotel industry, well, just an overview of it. And now let's get back to our discussion. So, walkthrough, Vince, what
Virtual
makes,
walkthrough.
what makes Best Western a unique or a unique 5-star hotel compared to the other hotels?
Well, first of all, it's a smart building, meaning we wired up the building so that the communications will be excellent.
Flawless.
Flawless. We have the best BABX system. We have the best PMS and the POS software, hardware.
Wi-Fi.
So everything will be there. It's going to be, kumbaga, it's going to be high. What do you call that?
High-tech.
High-tech.
It's going to be a high-tech
High-tech
building.
High-end, high-tech.
High-tech building. And
Okay.
a smart building, I should say.
Yes,
Alright.
so talking about high tech. Of course, our rooms are going to be electronically locked, just like any 5-star hotel. You'd be having electronic door locks, state-of-the-art facilities and amenities in the room, the standard minibar setup, very spacious, and big beds with a very good view.
King-size beds. Kings and
King,
queens.
king and queen.
We'll have the king and the queen. But
And
again,
by the way, also I forgot to mention that the elevators will be hooked up with the rooms that if you're checked in like in the 6th floor, you cannot go to the 8th
so
floor.
there's an exclusivity.
It's a
so-
you will have a
So you're very secure.
It's an
at
added
Best
security
Western
measure,
Premier.
yes,
And,
Okay,
while
uh,
you are
perfect.
guest
we will have a proximity card. You just put the card where the your floor is. It goes there, and then put your card near the door lock, and then it's going to open
Yes.
automatically.
And of course, apart from the spacious and tastefully furnished rooms, we have our F&B outlets. We have a restaurant at the 5th level and also an executive
Oh,
lounge which
near
leads
the
to the pool.
swimming pool. The
Yeah.
Near the
infinity
infinity
view.
pool,
Oh,
and apart of
okay.
course from the food, from the yummy food, because we're doing international cuisine, we
Oh,
also
okay.
cater to events. We have a big function room, we have a grand ballroom which could sit around 300
300
people.
That's a nice
Wow.
size.
Yes.
No?
You
For
can
have your-
weddings,
you can have
Weddings,
reunions.
yes.
debuts, baptismals, corporate events. It's everything rolled into one, all in the name of service and hospitality.
Well, for the 7,100 island inhabitants, I think it is going to be a treat for you to plan your next anniversary, birthday, for the wife, for the sweetheart,
For
for the
everything.
children,
And
to come
yes.
into Best Western and experience.
Experience.
Experience the 5-star lifestyle.
And
In the
also-
fort.
At the port, staying at the Best Western Premier F1 Hotel is not just a business experience, it's more particularly a pleasure experience.
Because it's the premier. This is not
This
your
is the
usual-
This is
3-star.
5-star,
Dean.
We're talking about
this is not your
5-star here.
businessman's,
This is not the
hotel.
core. This is the premier, and we will have about 3 presidential suites that
that?
has
All 3.
Wow.
Okay. We have to be billing and ranking if we have an APEC here in
And we
Manila.
also have
you know.
junior suites. We'll
Do
also
we
have
go by
premier suites.
age or before beauty or by number of population in their country? What will be the criteria as long as they can pay the presidential suite?
Well, we have our special rates, definitely. But the
Well,
hotel
can
is
you
open
give
to all.
us an idea, a ballpark, so that our
The
audience
viewers
can
would
already
have an idea
can
if they
budget
can-
what
Yes.
a night, an overnight stay for 2 would be like?
Well, it will be very competitive with the
Other
other
5
5-star like the Shangri-La and
Which
Peninsula.
would
But we
be
will
in what
be
range?
we will be a tad lower than them, especially the opening, the promo price.
It's going
Yes.
to be very reasonable.
Reasonable. As of now, we are not yet in the liberty to
No,
To
it
disclose.
can-
do
It's
it to
okay.
exact.
Do you have a website that our viewers can
Already?
visit if they'd
Yes,
like to
we
check
will
it
have a
out?
website. It will be up in a couple of days. Can you just
It will be
tell
up
them?
this
Yeah,
week.
because
Yes.
it would be good to start taking
Right.
in reservations.
We hope to have our website up this week. It's www.bestwesternpremierf1hotel.com.
Wow, that's long. Walang PH, ha?
BestWesternPremier.com.
Yes, bestwesternpremier.f1hotel.com.
And ladies and gentlemen, for our viewers, for the next 5 years, if you want to stay in a hotel at the Fort Taguig,
We're the only one.
you're gonna be the only one.
The first and the only one.
You're not giving them much choice.
No, we're gonna give them the best.
Which is a wonderful
We want to set
thing
the
to
trend.
have, yeah.
We will set the trend that we will be the best hotel.
Well, this is the first time really I'm hearing of a 5-star. Normally, it's a 4-star
Yeah.
hotel.
In fact, I just received a message from my friend. She goes, I just graduated with an HRM degree. What are usually the perks offered?
Well,
Okay, for a career in hoteliering.
Yes.
definitely, it's a glamorous job working in the hotel, just like in an airline. But for you to succeed, you should have the beauty and the brains.
No, I'm just joking.
Well, if you do
And
good,
beauty is charm, charisma,
beauty is
not
charm.
always
It's not just the
physically,
physical
yeah.
beauty; it's more of the attitude.
Yes.
That is
I have to say this. That's why we're very, very selective of our
Yeah.
employees.
Actually,
we
that's
want
the
people
secret.
skills because you're dealing with people. You're dealing with guests with different temperaments, and the guest for us is
And
always
different
number one.
nationalities,
And
Different
cultural.
nationalities.
Speaking of which, we have a texter right now, and he goes,
Wow.
"Hello, good AM. This is Edu. Hi, Edu. I'm watching your show now. Kindly, can you give me the address and phone number of the agency in regards to the best Western Premier F1 hotel?"
No agency, it's
Yeah,
direct.
sure.
It's
We-
direct.
direct,
There's
yes.
no agency.
I can
so
give the email address of our HR manager.
Yes, please go ahead.
Kindly send your applications to christine.palomar@f1manila.com. Our hotel is located at the 32nd Street of the global city. It's centrally located. You won't miss it.
All right, just for Edu, Christine is spelled as Christine.
CHR.
Oh, CHRISTINE dot Palomar, PALOMAR.
Or they can call a number.
Yes.
What number?
You can call 846-787-7888.
Yes.
Okay.
Three eight.
Three eights.
Infinity. So
Or-
It would be best to email your
Email
resume.
na lang so we
It's
can
easier.
look at
Really,
It's
I'll do it
easier
right
to
away.
select
Easier.
and all that.
All right, so that's christine.palomar@f1manila.com.
That's right.
And you
Okay.
could have any educational background as long as you love people.
As long as you have the
Do
proper
they have to
attitude.
have experience in the hotel industry, or do you also cater for those people who
Fresh.
have that personality?
We prefer people with experience, but of course we also like to give breaks to people if you have the proper potentials. If we
Why
see
not?
that you are going to be an
yes.
asset to us, why not? We'll give it
new
to you.
blood. We need also new
Oh
blood.
yes, fresh
New
blood because
blood,
they're
no.
more technically adept.
Correct. Raw
Okay,
material is very
yes.
easy to mold and to train.
And when it comes to loyalty, when you start to forge a career, I will share you my experience. I stayed 21 years in my
Wow.
first employer, and that's the kind of
You're
loyalty
You're talking
I
about your
hope.
first job, huh?
Yeah, my first
21
job,
years.
21 years.
Wow.
Nag-legal
Wow.
age ako. Diba? Because I enjoyed my career pathing. I was rising up the ladder. I had bosses who were terrific. And the wonderful thing about our GNN subscribers who want to pursue a possible career with Best Western Premier at the Fort is you'll be meeting all kinds of nationalities.
That's true.
Foreigners and local tourists, businessmen. So it's going to be a wide spectrum of people that would be lovely to be serving and working
That's
with.
true.
Well, if you really like to meet people, personality is for personalities.
Gregarious
perky,
and perky,
this is a
yeah.
job for you.
Yeah.
Actually, working, if I may add, working in the
Sure.
hotel actually develops your personality. Would you believe that I was basically a very shy person?
You shy.
Manuel, I will not
Before, when I
believe
started.
that. Okay.
But of course, working in the hotel
uh-huh.
gave me the confidence to meet people. And again, talking about the different nationalities, your exposure becomes so wide. You become so honed. Nahahasa ka talaga. So you get to meet people and you get to deal with all sorts of people.
And you know what's really nice walking in actually hotels is they're very personable. They're always smiling. They always want
Yes,
to
it's
have
part of the
it said.
It's the
training,
number
yes.
one rule,
Yes.
bawal sumimangot, because we're there to give warmth and good service.
And we've noticed that people who started in the hotel industry, most of them are still in the hotel
In the
industry.
hotel
Like
industry.
Nell has been there for what,
25 years.
Oh, nag-silver ka na.
I started as a concierge. I started with front office.
Okay. What is a concierge?
A
You know,
concierge.
it's a French term, but
Okay.
it seems to be there in every reception.
Not
cashier.
every hotel has a concierge. Only the distinct hotels, and we have a concierge.
Ah,
So
okay,
you
very
are a
distinct.
distinct
Okay.
hotel.
Distinct.
Now,
So-
what does the
A
concierge do?
concierge is basically a man Friday, a know-it-all. He does everything. He
Parang
arranges your reservations.
personal executive assistant.
And more than
Yes.
that,
And more
because
than
he
that.
makes the impossible possible.
Yes. If you need like if you need tickets for a play,
Really, like
Yeah.
if I
And
want to
you
go
know-
to a Taylor Swift concert.
If I may
should be
add,
there.
also Mary Beth, our head concierge is a member of Blake Dior, which is an international affiliated concierge organization.